Hi everyone, it's Marla. I hope that you're doing well and that you made it through the eclipse energy all right and that you're hanging in there with this Mercury retrograde. The energy has been intense, but the shifts have been profound, and I don't think we've even seen the end results. Certainly not until Mercury goes direct on March 20th and then leaves his shadow will the effects of everything that we've gone through this year so far will become clearer. But I want to talk with you today about another ascension portal that will be affecting sacred unions. This portal is from March 14th to March 26th, and there will be a big energetic surge March 16th, 17th, and 18th, and that could very well also include the 19th and 20th because we do have a Pisces new moon on the 17th and then the equinox Mercury direct on the 20th. But now, even giving you these dates, I'm reminding you again that energy works on a continuum. We're always dealing with cycles within cycles. So I do think this energy will still be strongly felt in April too. And I'm also seeing that it's part of a larger 2 to 3 year cycle that we've been working on. What I'm going to try and do is share about the energy here and then do a companion video regarding the astrology. Well, those are my intentions anyways. My spirit is willing, but my body not so much. So, the last 2 months, it's been all I can do to just keep up with my appointments and my clearing schedule as best as I can. I'm sure you guys are dealing with it too. And in times like these, the energy requires us to flow with the energy when we can, work when we can, and rest when we feel called. So that's my intention, but I'm not going to guarantee that I'll get the second video out. But going back to the energy, this energy has a couple different pieces that are working together. So let me start with the shift in our consciousness. The last 3 months with the eclipses and the Mercury retrograde, that's really created an expansion within the third eye. And that has expanded our psychic powers and our perception of truth. Now, that perception of truth I did speak about in my last astrology video, and the truth will continue to come into focus. Obviously, our third eye is connected to how we perceive the world around us, but this is not without challenges because as we expand, we will come up against blocked areas, and then we need to go in and clear those blocks, and that's been an intense cycle for us recently. For sacred unions, as this process is creating change, we'll find that the telepathic powers will expand too. This will have 2 consequences. First, this means that your connection to spirit is leveling up. You'll have a deeper ability to hear, see, and speak with your guides or your higher self. This will make it easier to receive information and follow direction, as well as that perception of truth that I just mentioned. If you're trying to expand your purpose in the world, this transformation has been very helpful because it's preparing you for that next step. Secondly, this expanded telepathy is affecting sacred unions directly. And you can expect your telepathy with your sacred partner to increase. I do want to say here, though, that I think the more that you energetically enter into union, I'm not necessarily talking about physical union, but the energetic connection of union, the more that you heal the ideas of separation, the more telepathy becomes embodied. And from a 3D perspective, it may seem that the telepathy is less than it was when you first met your twin. But that's because you're becoming more energetically aligned and you're just functioning as one. You can still get those telepathic messages and nudges. But it seems less because it's just happening within that oneness versus two people trying to connect energetically on that line, so to speak. But this expanded telepathy that's happening will call you home to your beloved. So what we could say about the telepathy then, both the spiritual and with our sacred unions, is we are becoming more aligned. We are embodying more of the triangular relationship of sacred union, which is the masculine, feminine, and the Godhead. The Godhead is always at the top of the triangle. And the Godhead is always in control. And the more that we are aligned, the more directed we become by Source, and the more love and abundance can flow to us unimpeded. The work that we've been doing, healing the trauma, has been an important piece of this. And we aren't done healing that stuff yet. But that is opening up another aspect for us, and that is the codependent relationship. This is going to have a downstream effect on karmic relationships. When we heal our core wounds, we heal the parts of ourselves that feel victimized and disempowered. Those core wounds cause us to stay in situations that aren't healthy for us, and they often cause power struggles or subservient behaviors. They definitely will cause a block in authenticity, which becomes key the more we enter into that triangular alignment I just mentioned. We have to embody our authenticity to walk the path of a fully spirit-led life. So once again, we're seeing that these karmic relationships are going to be put under a microscope. If a relationship is not supporting you or is even hindering your growth, it's going to feel more and more uncomfortable until it either resolves into a more balanced relationship or it collapses. If you're still someone in a marriage or relationship with someone other than your sacred partner, you're likely to start to see the disparages between the two people. Tensions are likely rising in those situations. Regardless of your twin flame, okay, it's the rising of the level of consciousness, which then sees the truth in all things, that's going to show you that the relationship is not fully aligned to you anymore. This is the nature of awakening. If there's one thing that I hear over and over, it's that people tell me when we awaken within that framework of the karmic relationship, we're often shocked to discover that we have totally lost our sense of self to the relationship, and we no longer know who we are, because codependent relationships cause us to play roles and hide our true selves. And this becomes more and more uncomfortable till either you or the relationship collapses. Often in these situations, the karmic person doesn't like the new awakening person because they can no longer control them. In some cases, that control was subconscious. But in some cases, their desire to control is completely conscious. And that's the level of energy that karmic relationship is working from. But even if you aren't entangled in a marriage or romantic connection, you're healing this. And it will either show up with a family member or friends. Even if you've exited a marriage or long-term connection, you could still have cords and patterns that are still exerting a negative influence on you. These things can be very subtle, And it's not until we have this much higher level of consciousness that we can perceive these subtle connections. But that is what is coming up. I've also shared with you in a recent video that communication and reconciliations are opening up. Well, at least opportunities for these things are happening and opening, but it's up to each person to choose whether they're going to accept those opportunities or not. However, what will show up is an issue with these karmic relationships. These relationships are huge obstacles to unions. Remember, the dark forces will work through unconscious people. So if you're in a relationship with someone who is at a lower vibrational frequency, it's going to impact you even when you think it doesn't. If that person is trying to control you, then that is definitely not a healthy situation for you. And whether that control is subtle or not, it's negatively impacting you on an energetic and spiritual level. The recent shift of Neptune and Saturn into Aries is going to start accelerating the awakening of our own masculine energy, and that's going to create change. Some of this change is not lying to yourself anymore about where your heart belongs. Not lying to yourself about your feelings or pretending that this connection is just an illusion. I've spoken to a decent number of people recently who have told me that they're experiencing changes in their connection. Some big, some small. But even those small instances can have a huge impact on the dynamic. And it just feels so good and so validating when the communication opens up again. Maybe validating isn't a great word because we don't really want to seek validation outside ourselves, but in a way, when we connect with that person again, it is validating of what we've been told spiritually. But as these shifts happen, both within and without our masculine energy, and I mean the masculine within all of us, has to decide what is worth taking a risk for. Whether it's the next stage of your purpose, exiting an unhealthy, low vibrational relationship, or taking the risk of seeing where your sacred union could actually go by opening up contact again. Are you willing to risk what feels safe and secure? The truth will be seen that what feels safe and secure really isn't. And at that point, you'll know that you have put all your trust in God. Two sayings come to mind here. The first saying is, a ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are for. And the second one is, and the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. That quote I know is by Anna Eastman. And that's where we are at, my friends. Soon it will be more painful to feel safe but small. And then when we reach that point, we will be ready for freedom. We'll be longing for freedom. The freedom to express every part of ourselves in truth. And when that day arrives, it will be the day that you're ready for a real, honest, true love. One that you're willing to risk it all for. And it won't be your ego running the show. It will be God calling you home to your rightful inheritance. I can help you reach that state of alignment. My website is linked in the description box below. And on my website, you can find all the types of sessions that I offer. If this video resonated with you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay in the light.